Sup, ladies and ghouls? My name is SEwingless, and let me be the first to welcome you all to the network. Now, for those of you that found this channel, give yourselves a round of applause, because by the end of this video, you will definitely leave here with something to take with you. Now, I was going to wait until my third video, but I think now it's as good a time as any. I sell merch. Yeah, the artwork that's up there now is made by yours truly. I sell t-shirts, phone cases for Galaxies and iPhones, and now hoodies since it is that time of the season. Find my merch at SEwingless.redbubble.com. So, if you are following me from my last video, we were able to transfer our ink drawing to computer. Now, I'm going to teach you all how to color, or as they say, cel shading. Like last video, I'm going to be working in Photoshop. So right away, over at the layers section, I'll make a group layer and name it colors. You can do that by going to the bottom of the layers section and click on it. You can rename the group layer by double clicking on group 1. Make sure your group 1 layer, or whatever you name it, is underneath your ink layer, while keeping the layer highlighted. I'll create more layers and naming them. First layer skin, second layer clothes, cape, teeth, etc. I do this because on each layer, I'll be using a different color. It'll also keep me from making unnecessary mistakes. For this, my go-to tool in this part of the coloring is the polygonal lasso tool. Only because I find it to be faster, more efficient, and the most accurate when coloring. To find the tool, click and hold left mouse button on the lasso tool, then release. The polygonal lasso tool can be tricky if you never used it before. What it does, it creates lines and anchor points until you are ready to close the shape. Then when the shape is closed, you can fill that area with any color that you want. To fill, go to Edit, Fill, then push OK. Now in this part of the process, here's where we add in the shadow. So for each layer I colored on, I'll create a new layer and label them, such as skin shadow, clothes shadow, hair shadow. You get the picture. From here, I would make all of my shadow layers become clipping masks. To do that, select the layer that you want, then you go here on your layers section. Click here to get the tab menu, then click Create Clipping Mask. Doing that will allow you to color on the area that you colored previously without going beyond its range, meaning you'll be coloring within the borders of your base color of that layer underneath. Do this for all your shadow layers. My go-to tool for this part of the process is the pen tool. The pen tool helps to create complex shapes that the polygonal lasso tool could not. If you're new to the pen tool but you want to know how, time to get used to it. Clicking it one time creates an anchor point or your starting point. By moving your mouse again and clicking it in a random spot creates a line and another anchor point. Similar to how you would do this with the polygonal lasso tool. Except when you close it, it doesn't make a selection. To do that, go to the layers section, click on paths, right click on work path, and click make selection. Then click OK. Now you have your custom shape ready to be filled. The cool thing about the pen tool is that you can make any shape you want. Like if you're looking to make something round, left click on mouse and hold while pushing or pulling your mouse off to the side. Then release once you're satisfied. This will make your line come out like this. But be careful. Starting an anchor point will make you make lines that you don't want after you make that curve. What you want to do is go over to your last anchor point, hold Alt Option, and left click on mouse. This will make it so that you'll have more control of the pen tool when you make that next line or curve. This is very helpful for coloring shadow when you are coloring wrinkles on clothes, muscles, hair, and etc. Now for my shadow is usually the base color that I use on my previous layer. However, what I do is I go to Image, Adjustment, Hue, Saturation. I move the lightness to -50. And that way I can get a different tint of the base color. when doing highlights, do exactly the same thing that you did for making shadows. Just make sure that the highlight layer is above the shadow layer before creating highlights. And you also have to have highlights as a clipping mask to your base color. My highlights is the base color, but a really lighter shade of the color that's being used. Finally, if you're looking to make your work to really pop, here's a little trick. Group your line art and your colors group layer. To do that, highlight one of the layers, hold shift, and click onto the other layer that you want to group. Go here and search for new group from layers. Name your layer, then push OK. Now everything is on one layer. Next, hold Command and press E. This will compress everything into one layer. After that, hold Command and press J to duplicate. Highlight the copied layer or whatever is your top layer and bring the opacity down to 35%. This will fade out the top layer a little bit. Next, go to Image, Adjustment, Hue Saturation. I will then move the saturation to plus 50 or around maybe plus 75. This will then brighten up the colors of your image, making it more vibrant. Next, go to Image, Adjustment, and Levels. Push the small black triangle to 13. This would darken the image slightly. You don't need to do this, but I mean, I do this just because. And finally, go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Make the radius triangle to 1.7. This will really make your image pop. I would do this twice or 3 times. After everything is all said and done, hold Command and press E to combine the first image to the last image. And there you go. So I hope this proves to be very useful to all you ghouls. There are tons of ways of coloring 2D art, but this way suits me the best. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.